I'm in studio with our next guest today. We are throwing the light on local Krebs PE DJ, entrepreneur, and sound techie, Keagan, otherwise known as DJ.K. Welcome, Keagan, my dude. Thank you for joining me in studio, man. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, good to hear, good to hear. Now, I know you've been doing the DJ thing for quite a while now, and you don't do it as much anymore. It's not your prime thing.
Yes.
How long exactly were you in the scene for, though, exactly? And what made you want to, where did it all begin? What made this all happen? How did it start?
Okay, so I was on my mom's laptop at home and I just was like playing around on virtual DJ, and from there I just enjoyed it.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, and I was playing around, fooling around with mixes, and from there on, my dad obviously used to drink in the pubs, so he knew a pub, Mulligan's, and he said, do you want to do a New Year's party for them? So I was like, I don't have much equipment, but sure, let's go for it.
Yeah.
So I started there, being a resident, built up from there, and people just got around, and
that's awesome, man. No, that's
from
awesome.
there on,
humble beginnings. That was your first show, Mulligan's.
Yeah.
As like the resident DJ.
Yeah.
That was like a recurring type of gig, or?
Yeah. From there, I started building up, buying equipment, and so on, and then I got people to book me for venues, for weddings, birthday parties, 21st.
And just kind of took it from
there. Yeah, just grew.
That's awesome, man. So what would you say is like your favorite type of event or gig to be hired for? What is your favorite like atmosphere and occasion to be a part of?
Quite honestly, I used to enjoy the private parties, 21st, 16th, and weddings. Okay, weddings I still do. Myself, I go out there and I do the weddings because each wedding is different. You get these 16th and birthday parties. I used to do them a lot, but I've stepped away and I put other DJs in that place now, to encourage other DJs to empower them, let them make some money as well.
Yeah.
And then what I enjoy the most is probably weddings. I enjoy, even though they're long hours, very long.
You're part of something so special. I mean, that's awesome.
Exactly. It's the music. I enjoy that kind of music, wedding music. It takes you back to back then.
Yeah, nostalgic, vibey and nostalgic. Yeah.
And each wedding is different. It's not the same. Each birthday party you do, it's the same music over and over. When you go to the clubs, it's the same.
Yeah.
So weddings, it's completely different. I enjoy the weddings. What I used to do a lot, obviously due to COVID, we don't do it as much. Under 18's birthday parties.
Yeah.
People who book a venue, and from there on, we take a full rig and we put it in
noisy
there and make noise. one heck of a noise out there.
That's awesome, man.
And you just see the kids having the time of their life to it, and you look at it and be like, I'm the one who supplied the sound. Like,
it feels
good.
It
wasn't for me, it
feels good, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, not only did you're used to DJ at local events and functions, but you also now run your own independent sound business and or rental service. So how's that going? What is that business called exactly? Can you tell us a bit about that one?
Okay, so I started when I started DJing. Obviously, I needed a DJ name, so I started DJ.K. And then obviously from there on, I grew buying equipment and so on. People knew me as a DJ. They knew me as DJ.K. If I walked in any shop, people would know me. And I'll be like, who are you?
Aren't you the guy?
Yeah. And I'd just be like, okay, how's it? Don't know you, but anyway. And then I bought equipment, and I had so much equipment at that time, I could just start renting out the equipment to people. So, as that took over, about maybe 2-3 years ago, I started Infinity Productions.
Infinity?
Yes,
okay.
Infinity Productions, which is now the production side of it, which is more corporate.
Yeah. Is that the wedding side of things, like the more mature kind of wedding gigs?
I would say it's more
functions?
end of the year functions.
Okay.
Where people want to just try hire the equipment. You go up, you set it up, government events and stuff like that. DJ.K will fall under where they require a DJ.
Okay, more club scene then.
Yes, correct.
More dancing.
So it separates the two from each other, but it still falls under one. If it makes sense to you.
Sounds like it works, yeah. It's worked out nicely. Now, you know that I don't know if you remember, but you've actually done live sound. This is how we met. You've done live sound and lighting for one or two of my own shows with my band Undead Generation, if I remember correctly, a couple of years back.
Yes.
So have you worked with other bands or rock-styled acts since then, or has the focus mostly been on like the electronic scene, the nightclub vibe, and these formal planned events?
So I've met a lot of people. I used to work for a production company while I was DJing. So I've met a lot of famous people out there. Done a lot of ANC events and so on. What we do is we've got a few venues in PE where we supply sound to, and we will supply, obviously it's the black market. So Amapiano is there, which is the new generation coming in.
It's good music.
Yeah, it's really good, and I've actually got one of the mixes.
We're going to be spinning that mix just after about 3 p.m. when I sign off today. So, you know, if you're listening, make sure you stay tuned for that.
And like I said, we've got one of those which was done by one of the DJs who work for me.
And who was that one?
DJ Ice.
DJ Ice.
Named Asa.
Asa, you cool guy. Yep. No, awesome hairstyle. If he's listening, shout out to him. I think on that note, pun always intended, let's give the airwaves a little taste of you and your team's work. We're going to spin a mix quickly. We'll be right back after the tunes, so do stick around. Don't go anywhere.
Gostava de música americana, ia pro baile dançar todo fim de semana. Gostava de música americana, ia pro baile dançar todo fim de semana. Ia pro baile todo fim de semana. Ia pro baile todo fim de semana. Talk dirty to me.
Welcome back. I'm currently in studio with DJ.K from the Bay, Keagan. We know that you're very busy and passionate about your sound work as well as the DJ life. But here, are there any other ventures that you would like to just let us know about? Any side hustles or new projects that you've recently started up that may be of interest?
Okay, so obviously due to COVID, we were the first industry to go down.
Yeah, definitely.
No one could book us. We were like stranded, like where's the income? Can't pay rent, can't do anything, can't make a living. So one of my friends started a plumbing company and I started working for him. I was there for a year and 7 months. And then obviously COVID started, I wouldn't say fading out, but events started picking up again.
Yeah.
So now I'm working a 9-to-5 job and people are phoning me for bookings. I can't.
So time management skills come in.
I was like, no ways. I was under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let me just go on a break and, sort myself out, see where I want to stand in life. And that's where I then started a plumbing company called K Pumps and Installations, which we now install pumps and water tanks for your houses because of the drought and everything.
Yeah.
So it's something
to
keep me busy during the week.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a busy guy, man.
Let's hope, like.
Yeah. So if you're willing to, I don't wanna cause any drama or anything with any of your ex-clients, but I would like for you to describe a time when you had to work with a difficult client in any field and any context, and what did you learn from the experience from this difficult client? Anytime. Could be DJing, plumbing, like you mentioned now, live sound, anything.
I would say when you're DJing when a client comes to you and says they want this specific song.
Can you play this song for me?
And you don't have it. Or I'm like, there was one venue I will never forget. I'm sorry to those who are listening, but it was Afrikaans. But heavy Afrikaans. And they just wanted... like Afrikaans I've never heard.
Full on, yeah.
Yes, not like Kirk Darren music, not that stuff. It was like, I don't even know what it was called, but it was like...
some kind of hybrid.
And I was just like, these people put me under pressure. And I was like, but at the end of the day, you always turn around and do what the clients say. Because at the end of the day, you supplying the client and you want them to be happy.
Yeah.
So
I guess what you learned is patience.
Give them what they want.
Even
if they're in the wrong.
Patience and just kind of like grin and bear it, just smile and wave, boys. Yeah. What would you say is the most rewarding part of working with like live sound or being a DJ even? What's the most rewarding aspect of that scene?
The nicest thing is, like I mentioned earlier, we've got a few venues in PE where we supply sound, the piano. So there's a lot of artists that come down.
Yeah.
And we supply them with the sound. Artists like Kabza the Small, Mapurisa, Fokalicious, Uncle Waffles. Names. I mean, she was just down now too last night.
Yeah.
So I meet them on a regular basis, all these artists. And when you're working with the people who listen to the music, they look at you and they're like... because obviously I understand the music, and they'll see me jamming to it and they're like, I'm a white guy, but I'm listening to your music. And it's very odd for them.
Yeah, it's like a cultural,
Yeah. So, and then I'll tell them, look here, yes, pictures of me with these people. Yeah. And they like bless me. I'm like, goodness, like,
okay. Respect, like.
Yeah, I'm like, it's normal people. They some of them are very humble. Very nice people. We've met them quite a few times. Yeah. Some of them know me by name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good industry to be a part of. I mean, you're making good connections in that.
You meet a lot of
sense.
people.
Yeah. I mean, great musicians there. My dude, Keagan, thank you so much for joining me in studio today, man. Before you head out, though, would you like to just let us know where we can find you on social media and any other platform to get in touch with you? Is there any upcoming event or function that you would just like to quickly plug? Anything like that?
Okay, so we've got a venue that one of my resident DJs, DJ Ice, he DJs at, which is Pause and Play.
Great place,
in Circular Drive.
Very fun.
Behind Memories. So you can catch him there. Obviously the sound that's there belongs to me, so that's obviously one of our venues that we do. You can contact me on 084 0549 which is our business WhatsApp number.
All right. And are you on Facebook, Instagram, anything like that?
Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is DJ.K 4.
And then Facebook? No Facebook?
Facebook, it's
You don't want to be spammed on Facebook.
yeah. I don't even know if it's up and running. It's
You
so
should get
quiet.
it up and running.
Facebook doesn't work for
get
me.
a page there, my man. It's always
Quite
any
honestly,
traffic's good
Facebook
traffic.
doesn't work.
No, you don't use it.
Not many people find Facebook. It's more Instagram nowadays and WhatsApp and word of mouth.
Yeah, I've seen people are still doing Facebook events. That's still a function that many are using for that kind of thing.
For events,
Yeah,
yes, because
it
then
works.
it pops up on everyone's
Yeah.
page, yes.
And you can do the annoying thing where you tag like 50 of your friends and they're like, dude, stop.
Literally. I've had a few from
I've been
you.
that guy. I've been that guy before. Like,
Literally.
hey, check out my new song.
Literally. And you get those guys 4 o'clock in the morning, send a WhatsApp. Listen to my new song.
Just dropped this 5 minutes ago, boy.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, man. It's been a pleasure, my guy. All the best.
You
Do take
too.
care. We'll
I'll see you
definitely
around.
be in touch, Thanks
Definitely.
again, man. You are listening to the Rebels of the Bay Show with your host from the coast, Roscoe Nefdt, here on MMR. Do stick around and stay tuned.
Worldwide, online. This is Man-Made Radio. Online.